It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This is James Robinson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
It's Lawrence. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. Keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. K'Lavon Chaisson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down. Robinson, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Casey Hayward with a sack on the well-timed corner blitz.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a give right side. It's Robinson to the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. But he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Jaguars.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Zadarius Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
down. Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You've got the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this is hauled in by Matthews. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Play action. It's Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Dixon, complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt.